Guess who just got back today? Every 80s action movie star who hasn't passed away. And Kelsey Grammer for some reason. Stallone can't smile or frown. Stallone can't smile or frown. Stallone can't smile or frown. Stallone can't style or frown. Google 'em, slide 'em, rank 'em. That's what we're doing to the posters of the Expendables series here on the Everything Sequel podcast. I'm supposed to be dead. I'm Tom Stewart from Lonesome Whistle Productions. Joining me, he is The Hague. It's Mike Chance of the How Dare You Awards. Hey, Mike, I haven't seen you in so long. How you doing?
I remember this guy, Tom Stewart.
That's what I call an SSG, the Stallone Standard Greeting.
Yeah.
In evidence throughout all of these movies, no matter who they are, how recently you saw them, he will greet them the same way.
We used to do a podcast together. How you doing?
I don't know if I theorized this on the episode, but I always assumed like that was his defense against dementia. That if you if you kind of like if you greet everyone in the same way, they won't know that you forgot who they were and the last time you saw them.
Yeah.
It's actually weirdly, I might start using it in my real life.
No. Really?
Yeah, if it's like someone I'm not sure if I should know who they are, who greet, not that this ever happens. Never mind, forget about it. It's never going to come up. No one ever remembered. No one, people don't remember me. I've met people several times who they just can't retain the memory of me. I'm like, well,
Yeah, I
I
have
like to.
yeah, I have that happen to me.
We are the unrememberables.
Yeah.
What a great series. They'd be like the most valuable mercenary team because even if they like previously attacked you, you'd be able to do it again and they would have no memory of you doing it in the first place. And it would still be a complete surprise.
Yeah, every once in a while I get oh, it's nice to meet you. Oh, we've met several times.
It's funny. It's like in those situations, I'd rather just people be honest because then I can say, "Oh, it's not you. No one ever remembers me,"
Yeah, right.
and that would make them feel better. But if they um
I guess we'd be good for the CIA. We could work where nobody remembers us. That's what they want.
well, I always thought it was. I tried to rationalize it to myself in a way that is not devastating and makes me immediately want to go out and kill myself by thinking it's something about being a character actor.
Uh-huh.
And then this is like Peter Sellers, like he's able to put himself in all these different character guises, and no one
Right.
knows the true him. But I
I
don't
got
work.
that
I don't
once.
work. One, I don't work enough for that to be the case, and
Yeah,
two,
right.
I really think that's me romanticizing what is that I'm not that interesting to other people.
I did get that once at a Q&A after a show where a woman said, "You know, you kind of look like this guy that I saw in a play about a group of newspaper reporters, something, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh, that was me. Yeah." And she goes, "Oh my God, you look completely different." And I was like,
Your
"Really?"
appearance hasn't changed in the entire time I've known you.
I know.
I
Well, I think
actually,
it
well,
might
the
have been
the
it
beard.
might have
You
been
you sometimes shave off the
the
beard.
beard has different lengths.
Yeah.
And it might have been for Blackbird. And I think I grew out the surrounding the edge hair, the ear, the circular, just
The
to try and make
laurel, if you
myself
will.
look even or older. Yeah, yeah.
The laurel. Wow. Well, it's good that we're talking about male pattern baldness
Indeed.
uh and disappearing from dis disappearing from view because that's essential to these movies. Um, we said we'd round up any final thoughts we had about the Expendable series? This will be our last episode on this, and one of our last episodes on anything to do with Stallone.
Stallone.
We've
We're
got
nearing the end.
we've got three regular episodes.
We got to do Rocky
No, well, that's all
on
on Patreon.
Patreon.
I guess
Yeah.
we can do Creed. So let's say five. We've got like
Yeah.
five episodes of Stallone
We
to
got
go,
Creed and Escape Plan.
and Staying Alive.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Two Creeds, two Escape Plans, and a Staying Alive. And can I have that
Nice.
with fries, please?
Well, I would argue we could do all three Creeds. You could argue they're all kind of
Yeah, but
connected to
he's not in
Rocky
one of
as.
them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't care about the rest of the franchise. All I
Yeah.
care about is Stallone in those movies. Yeah, well, we'll get there. But I remember I had mixed feelings about him not being in Creed 3.
Hmm.
I think were it a better movie, I wouldn't have questioned it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that movie had. Why are we talking about this?
Yeah,
But
let's. Yeah, that's why I was. But in regards to Stallone, if you're gonna take out one of the essential elements of the formula, then you have to really come up trumps to the point where you don't notice he's not there, and I never got to that point.
yeah,
Yeah. On the other hand, fine with Nev Campbell not being in Scream 6.
yeah,
Absolutely fine with it. Apparently, that is all anyone
that was
cares
not a
about.
problem.
Not a problem for me. I don't know. Are they, is it just spin that people had a problem with it so that they could make such a big deal of it in Scream 7?
I don't know.
Or did people
I think there.
actually care?
No, I think there are people that actually care, but they're not professional sequel people like us.
Yeah, I mean, the cut, that's it. They don't understand the
Sequel
cutthroat
people.
world.
That's a t-shirt.
Sequel people, people who like sequel people are the happiest sequel people. We know that's not true. Um, but that's it. It's the cutthroat world of sequels, right? If you're surplus to requirements, you're out. You
Yeah.
know, there's no room for sentimentality in a ongoing, especially like a long running horror series.
Yeah, right.
It's like if you if you I mean, your characters could be killed off at any time. And even
Sure.
if you're not, there's no reason you're coming back. We might want to go to space in the next one. We might want to set it in the future or the past, or
Exactly.
it's none of your business until it is. Well, I
It's
mean,
a,
this series certainly has a revolving door of
it
cast
does.
members, for
But
better and worse.
but for our purposes here today, I mean, I'm going to find out in a second, but I imagined that I was going to see a bunch of posters that pretty much all look the same.
Um, that's what I assumed, and then when I started to look, I realized that not only are there several posters for each movie,
Hmm.
but all of them have different concepts.
Okay.
I tried to I tried to select posters that I was confident
The
were
main
kind of
kind of poster for the that you
well-known
remember.
posters, if not the be all and end all of the poster art.
Right.
But they kind of followed a theme that we could track.
Okay.
That there's an like I like it when there's an evolution within the posters. But it's absolutely spoilt for choice, and no, and one poster is completely unlike the other. So
Hmm.
I don't know if that's just modern day like film marketing. Like there are more places to put the posters, and every poster is kind of customized for wherever it's going. Um,
Hmm.
or there's a kind of there's an indecision at the at the level of production where they're just like, let's just throw every kind of poster we can think of at the wall, and then hopefully one of them is marketable and will bring people in.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one to know how to market, right? The series, I mean, you obviously the stars you would think would be the way to go.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Uh,
that's what
but
I remember.
but at some point that becomes impossible because you can't get that many names on a poster. And then you have to make decisions about whose name matters more
Right.
to the market, to the audience you want to get. And maybe you want to play down that certain people are in the movie so that another kind of audience finds it.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I don't know. Final thoughts. It's I'm really glad we discussed it. I really like the opportunity to talk about Stallone's movies and how they're more interesting than people think they are,
Hmm.
while at the same time, they also fall into the same old traps that his movies or his franchise movies always do.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this feels like the mean to me of those two things. Like it's
Yeah,
not as
right.
accomplished a series as Rocky,
Yeah,
but it's definitely got more about it than I imagine an Escape Plan has.
right. Yes.
Without
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 having
knowing
seen
it.
it. Yeah.
And but then I don't know, fewer of the kind of less of the highs and lows of Rambo as well. Like it's right in the
Right in the middle.
there's only one stinker,
Kind of. Yeah,
and the first three are in their own way very watchable.
totally.
The
Even
watchables.
even the worst of these movies, like four is bad on a level that I found myself able to kind of revel in its badness. But it's not so bad it's good.
No,
But I just kind of
it's too sad and pathetic to be
that's what it is to me is like
transcendently bad. That's
yeah,
the problem.
it's pathetic.
Yeah.
Like that
It's a pathetic excuse for a film.
yeah, and to me that's kind of funny considering where they came from.
It's like, you go to will we talk I can't even remember, were we talking on mic about restaurants or off mic? We're talking off mic about restaurants.
Okay.
And one of the worst things that you probably had a similar experience is you specifically go you're in a place and you specifically go to a restaurant that you like, and it's
Hmm.
changed hands.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called something different. The same people aren't in the kitchen, and they just literally can't make the food
Yeah, right.
that you're specifically
That you're there
there
for.
because
Yeah.
it's good there. And it's all kinds of disappointment. It's so many different kinds of disappointment on one
Right.
plate of food that you can't quite rationalize. And that's how I feel about Expendables.
Sure.
That it's now I've learned how to say it after all this time. It's just rolling off the tongue as it was never meant to. Um, but yeah, you just get this plate of disappointment, and it's like and it's not even the right condiments anymore. Like, why would you serve tartar sauce with this? That kind
Plate of
of.
disappointment, 18.99.
If I saw that on a menu, I'd order it out of curiosity.
Just
That's for
out of,
sure.
yes, yeah, exactly. No explanation of what it
Yeah,
is.
because it might just be like it's something really good, but we used canned tuna or
Sure.
fake crab.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'm just like, the way things are today in the economy,
I get
1899
it.
is yeah, we get it. Um, yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Beyond that, I don't have a lot to say that we haven't already said. It was a surprising series for me. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was going to.
oh, I enjoyed it about as much as I thought I was going to. I knew I was
Okay.
gonna. In fact, this was really timing wise. I couldn't think of anything better to follow the 2009 single sequels with because
Yeah, right.
I knew there was fun to be had, even if I didn't enjoy a particular movie or in
Well, I
case of
guess
in
I
case of one of them really dislike it. I just
yeah,
knew I had a sense that there's fun to be had here. I could leave a series not hating life,
you're right. Well,
you know?
I thought I had seen Expendables 2, and it
Right.
turned out I hadn't. And
More fool you. I hadn't seen it
yeah.
either.
So when we went back and did the first one for our Patreon, and I realized like it's not quite hitting the mark yet,
Hmm.
and it didn't know what it wanted to be yet. And I think we both said we remembered it being funner than it was.
Yeah,
But I also had the
sure.
sense of like that first watch, I remember watching it and kind of also taking it for what it was. Like I think I had
Yeah.
the idea of it is what I remembered as being fun. The actual movie itself less fun, and
You got
and that's kind of what I actually remembered about the going to see the movie, where I thought, listen, like this is nice. I'm not having a terrible time, but I feel like they're not quite there yet. So when the sequels came out, I think I just thought to
yeah.
myself, well, they're not going to get better, and I was wrong because they get
Yeah.
better.
Isn't that great? Isn't that great when that happens in
Yeah,
a sequel?
such a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, I probably avoided it for the same reasons. I remember I probably enjoying it more than it deserved because I just remember that period of time, and maybe it was because I lived in a town where, there was one movie theater and it just showed all the crap.
Mm,
Um, but I remember going to the movie became a really dispiriting series of disappointments each time, and it felt like light at the that I remember the Expendables felt like light at the end of the tunnel. Like there are mainstream movies like this that don't understand what they are.
hmm
Or I mean, like I said, they weren't quite there yet in terms of what was special about an Expendables movie, but they were adding in these touches, these little kind of brushstrokes of self-awareness
Yeah,
that I don't think a lot of movies of that type had at that time.
yeah,
I don't think those kind of movies were acknowledging selves. I think they were just getting progressively worse and worse with less self-awareness. And so
right.
it felt like a movie that was actually getting somewhere in terms of telling us something about the action genre and what it had become. But looking back, when you rewatch the movie, I'm like, well, that's really like one and a half scenes of the movie.
Yeah, right, right.
But at the time, that was sort of enough because everything else was kind of barely serviceable garbage that was put out just to put something out.
Mm,
And so even that little extra touch of, someone who knows how to direct,
yeah,
someone who can, someone who can kind of reflect in a knowing way on what they're doing, even casually like they do it in that movie, um, felt like a big deal
right.
to me at the time, and I think that's what I took from it. And then when I rewatched the movie, I'm like, this is a basic bitch action movie with a a couple of kind of funny,
Yeah,
self-aware Easter eggs in them.
yeah. And I
But
think
then,
one of
but
my
then the sequels are like, it's like let's crack open the Easter egg and
and spread it over the yeah, yeah.
spread the albumin all over the movie, and they couldn't have made a better choice for taking the series forward.
Well, because one of the
And then
things
they
I
get in their own way, and then they fall short of what they're trying to do. But for that kind of one and a half movies in the middle of this series, it's absolutely glorious.
yeah, I think one of the things they're able to do better uh, than other movies of the genre is the 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 action is like what I like is that the action is excessive, but they're also
Yes.
making a commentary
Yeah.
about excessive
Always.
action, and
Yeah.
that's what makes it good.
And it's kind of interesting because I think were they the last generation that understood what they were doing?
I think so. I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Like understood how ridiculous they were being and embracing that.
Yeah.
And you look at it's kind of you look back to even in the 90s, like At Last Action Hero, Demolition Man. These are not people who are kind of Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis. They're not going into this with their eyes closed. They understand that there's satire to be had here.
Hmm.
And I think the Expendables at its best represents their acknowledgement that what we do is ridiculous and we can't pretend it's not, but we can
Right.
enjoy ourselves while we're commenting on that.
Hmm.
And I think I don't know. I mean, there is some action cinema which I think is like straight down the middle and works because of that. And then there's other action cinema where it's like we're overblown, but we're kind of excelling in all departments and we're doing it in a way that's fun and interesting and uh campy. Um but and there are also some really intelligent action movies that don't fit any of that mold. It's kind of action plus
Hmm.
sci-fi plus, commentary plus drama.
Yeah.
Um but there the Stallone Schwarzenegger end of that, I think, is they were always able to uh nod and wink at the audience in a way that um I just don't think action stars have that. I think they take way more seriously what they do.
Hmm.
Although I mean Statham, I guess, is kind of shows the legacy of that.
Yeah.
Like I don't get the sense that he takes himself too seriously. Otherwise, you wouldn't get movies like Crank, I suppose.
Beekeeper. The beekeeper gets it.
I don't like and this is my ignorance because I don't watch these movies, but what does Gerard Butler know about what he's doing?
Oh, Gerard
Does he
Butler
know?
knows. Yeah.
Does he know?
Yeah.
You think? Because he
I
doesn't
do.
do anything else. That's the thing that gets me. Like, there's no like Gerard Butler movie like Rocky or where he's like a normal guy playing a normal role
Hmm.
in a solid drama.
Thought he had a couple of there here and there, but
I've never heard of
I can't
him
bring
doing
any to
anything that was
memory.
less than high concept ridiculousness.
Hmm. But he knows, I think you derided it quite a bit, especially by title when it came out. But
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Just a silly, good time. And I think he always knows what movie he's in.
Okay.
I give him that credit
Okay.
without hesitation.
Well, maybe they should do that generation to do their own version of the Expendables and show us all that they're aware of their surroundings.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love about these movies when they work.
All right. Well, I'm ready to look at some posters.
I bet you are.
Boom, boom, boom,
And I'm
boom, boom.
ready to share them by the power of iMovie. Yep. So we added in the original as well. I also
Look how
tried
funny
to.
that is. That looks like a sequel, like four sequels down the line.
Wait, this is the first one? Yep.
Yeah.
That is one of the most interesting comments that either of us have made on this series. That the kind of the first movie.
Yeah.
feels like the kind of, like a series that's about four movies in, and this is who we're left with.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what's great. Also, what's great about the concept is that
Hmm.
that's the concept.
Yeah.
Who lived? Who's still willing to do this work? That's what this movie's about. These movies are about. I hope you appreciate my attempt to simulate an explosion with the color in
Yeah,
the
I'm loving it.
background. I was going for mid explosion.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you're so right. And this one, I went. There's a few versions of this poster, and then there's lots of alternate posters as well. But I went with
Hmm.
this one because I saw that you this is the one you'd photoshopped,
Yeah.
and
I was gonna say this is one of the first times where you don't have what I've done yet to
mhm,
like as a starting point for any of the
yeah.
posters. You're kind of this is you're taking lead.
Well, and I'm trying to kind of follow a strand of the poster art.
Yeah.
Like like each subsequent poster is the equivalent of the previous one.
Hmm.
Um, so yes, I mean it looks like it looks like a specifically I would say a video sequel from later in
Hmm.
the run of a series. Um, and it's simpler than it looks, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
Like it's busy because it has no choice but to be because of the amount of people.
Because
And
of the
this
number of people.
and this
Yeah.
is the theme. The amount of people is going to be the through
A
line of
recurring theme for the
these
posters.
posters. Yeah. The sheer amount of people means this is never going to look minimal,
Hmm.
but it doesn't look as cluttered as it could with this amount of people and this amount of names and
Yeah, I
information to
agree. I
say.
actually think like the I'm struck by seeing this poster first because I think it's a pretty good poster. There's good
Yeah.
symmetry in the poster.
Yeah, I
I
like
like
and the
I
color
like the black
contrasts
and
are really good.
white, but
Hmm.
with the touch of color.
Yeah. Color contrasts are on point, I think.
Yeah,
I might go with a lighter red on the names
skull.
to
Oh, okay.
because they're kind of blending into the black background or black ground. Um,
Unless you kind of zoom in on it, they kind of bleed together
yeah,
because there's just that has more than anything to do with how many names are on there.
yeah, and it's kind of interesting, like still like in terms of choosing last names only, because
Mhm.
Stallone, okay, Statham, oh yeah, Lee, yeah,
Mhm.
I think I could get Jet Li out of that. Lundgren, obviously, Couture, couldn't tell you what his first name is. Austin, that could be
Yeah,
anyone.
right. Is that a
Cruz.
first name or a last name?
So I think either, and I don't, and again, it's like depending on what segment of the audience you're coming at this movie from, Randy Couture might be the most famous person to you.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But we've got to assume that overall, you want to put, even though he's in the movie for minutes, you want to put Willis, Rourke,
Yeah.
and Lundgren on the top line and the others on the bottom line, I would say. But
Yeah.
that's my perspective of where I'm coming at the movie from. People
The people
maybe at
I
the
know and care about, or also the people that I figured would have agents that said, "No, my name's got to be,"
yeah,
you know.
I guess
I know I'm
Jet
in.
Li,
I imagine Willis would say, "I know I'm in 2 minutes of this movie, but my name has to be after Statham."
yeah, because Statham and Lee are kind of working action stars,
Yeah.
right? At the time of the time,
All
you gonna
right.
be somewhere?
No, no, just buzzed.
Okay. Have you been
So,
Logan's Run?
yeah, sometimes my watch tells me, you don't seem to be doing anything today. You seem quite still. Don't you want to move?
It's almost like you're doing a podcast in a closet for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that they're able to keep it as sparse as they possibly can with the information they have to convey.
Yeah.
Um, a little less enamored with the fitting of heads onto bodies, the
Hmm.
resemblance of the faces to the people they're supposed to be,
Agreed. I mean, it
and
took me a while. The first time I saw this poster, I'm like, who the fuck is that? The the last guy on the left.
yeah, last guy on the
And I
left
was
and
like,
last guy on the right. I mean, it's like it kind of
doesn't look,
gets
yeah.
they get the resemblance fades as you move
Yeah, as
towards
you
the
move
edges of
outside.
the
And it's funny
poster.
because it's like Stallone and Statham and Lee, it's like that looks like their heads. It's like the further you go down the
Yeah.
line, the more animated it looks.
Yes. The ones at the end are drawing are like
Our drawings, exactly. It looks like
police
photos
sketches.
moving to drawings, exactly.
We have this police sketch of Bruce Willis. Will that do? Yeah, sure, slap it on.
Like, well, we couldn't get Bruce to come in and take a photograph, so. And then I'd say the same for Mickey Rourke too.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like Bruce Willis was in court contesting a parking ticket, and here's what the sketch artist did. Yep, use
yeah,
that. Use that head. And Steve Austin looks like it looks like a Halloween
yeah. I
mask on
mean,
a child. That looks
yeah,
like a Halloween
exactly.
mask on a child. Or even like there's someone's put a Steve Austin mask on a penguin.
Yeah. It looks like that face looks like it belongs as a fourth mask in the Halloween 3.
And I mean it's not hard to read ego into the size of the scale
No, yeah.
distortion of Stallone's muscles
Hmm.
compared to the rest of his and everyone else's body. I mean, look at and you can actually see Terry Crews's arm.
Yeah.
And the difference between them isn't just a matter of perspective, okay? That's what the poster wants you to think. But even with the distance between them,
Yeah.
Stallone's muscles are way too big. If we're if we're using Terry Crews' scale, it should be the other way around, basically.
Right.
Um, and I'm pretty sure Randy Couture's forearm is big would be bigger than that too, judging by the rest of him. It'd be weird if he had these tiny little T-Rex arms, given what a fine
Yeah, though
specimen of a fighter
that
he is.
forearm looks like my forearm.
Right.
I don't think Couture has my forearms.
Do you think also that behind the maybe Rourke and maybe even Stallone faces, they're like, your guess is as good as mine as what he's going to look like when the film when filming starts.
True. Yeah.
This could be two entirely different faces, so just take your best shot at what his face might look like.
All right.
Uh,
I'm ready to see the next one, I think.
all right. Now this particular poster was really hard to find in a version that I could put in a PowerPoint presentation, but I really
Oh,
wanted to
why?
get I wanted to get it. But there's kind of versions of the poster which have got some of what's on here,
Hmm.
um, and I kept seeing like I found like one or two. This was the only usable version of this particular poster, which had combined everything. Um, because I think a lot of these are kind of one sheets without any information on them that wouldn't have been used for the poster.
Hmm.
And if you ever looked at like, the physical poster for sale on like eBay, it was always this. So I was
Okay.
trying to get like a digital reproduction of that, but but the that image was always slanted or crumpled in a way that was just unusable for our purposes. Uh,
Well, my it's funny because the on initial like when you initially just like first see it, it pops up.
yeah.
You realize this is the exact same poster as the first poster, just done haphazardly.
Yeah.
Like everything about it, it provides no symmetry.
And Stallone doesn't look happy having to pose for the I know probably he's
Well,
probably trying to look tough and mean, but what
yeah.
comes across is impatient and grumpy and
Why do I have this mustache?
yeah, why do I have to take time out of my day doing this? Uh
But the poster kind of says everything about the movie in terms of character because like
mm,
they have Thor's brother way in the back there,
mm.
like not mattering at all, and that's because he's gonna die in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Also, I mean, there are some scale problems in the original poster. Not like
Mm-hmm.
this.
No, yeah,
I mean, look at how tiny Chuck Norris's head is,
I know,
and
and Lundgren,
and how close he is to the to Van Damme and Willis, and
right?
yet he looks like he's watching from another room,
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
and
is that a
so
knife?
much paler than everyone else as well. Like,
Yeah, right.
what image are they using of? I mean, is this like a TMZ like paparazzi photograph of him coming out of a nightclub or something that they're using?
Is Lundgren got a knife? Is that what he's
Yeah.
holding?
Hmm.
Because when you
And the
have that,
knife is that's wrong scale. The scale is wrong because the knife is not three times the size of Dolph Lundgren's head.
well, however, I do think of that knife that Statham uses to kill Eric Roberts at the end of the first movie, and I think that knife was that big.
Mm. You're really
But
talking about a sword at that length, I think.
true. But you
Saber.
also make this kind of mistake of like there's flying debris behind the knife, so it makes it look like a
Yeah.
penis. Like and then it's casting a shadow on Dolph's face.
It look well more than that. It looks like it's taken out half of Dolph's face.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's
He
just
kind he kind of
because
looks like Two Face.
yeah. Well, maybe that's a clue.
Bruce
He
Willis
was
looks
the
like a
heel in the
real
last movie.
person in this
Yeah.
photograph, though.
Yeah, even though these are there's a photographic realism still again some of the resemblances are so far off the mark. I
Yeah,
mean, you would not know that was Schwarzenegger.
yeah, right.
That I mean there's no it's like that's like a AI
Yeah, that's what
Schwarzenegger.
I was just thinking. It looks AI or like they took the face from another of his posters or something and just
A,
color corrected
Arnie.
and put it on this. Yeah. Having
So I
having all
don't
white
know what's going
lettering
on there.
of the names against a gray backdrop of the sad what country were they in this movie?
Somewhere Romania, I think.
Romania. So
Was it
against
this one they
the
went to?
sad
No, maybe that was
Romanian
three. That was three. I mean,
backdrop.
it was Eastern Europe, but I can't remember
Yeah.
exactly where. Um,
Hungry?
yeah,
No?
yeah. The gray and the debris is sort of saying, you know, we filmed this in Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
That's what we do now. So our movies are going to get grayer
It's just kind
naturally.
of it's sloppy. It's like at
Yeah.
the
Well,
bottom,
and his arms,
what
okay,
is that? Sparks? Sparks at the bottom? Is that what that is? That's what it looks
sparks.
like. The colors of orange.
Oh yeah.
Like it looks like that's the sparks of an explosion.
You know, there's so much going on in the poster. I hadn't even clocked that.
So funny.
Yeah. Well, and the sort of when you look at the original poster and you know you take issue with some of the color bleeding together. Again, it seems like a minor problem compared to this.
Compared to this, right, right.
There's like a dark cloud in the middle of the like one third of the poster in the middle is just this it's just this dark blur.
Mhm.
And then choosing, like I don't know, like gray clouds or
Yeah.
smoke or a combination of both.
Like with white letters in front of it,
There's no contrast there. There's no yin and yang to it.
with Van
It's
Damme, with Willis, and
oh yeah, the
Schwarzenegger.
names. And again, we're sticking with the last names. I mean, Hemsworth. We need more information, right? With that.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
yeah.
Hemsworths. That's a big error. But maybe they didn't want you to know it was this
No, they
Hemsworth.
they they want you to think that maybe Thor is in the
Yeah.
movie.
Baldwin.
Yeah, Steven. Oh,
Pretending to be Mary in his one-man account of Jesus' birth. You saw that clip, right, on John Oliver?
which one? What?
With Stephen Baldwin, he does a religious-themed one-person show,
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
and there's John Oliver showed a moment from it where he becomes the Virgin Mary on
Oh no,
stage. Yeah,
that's
spectacular.
alarming.
Yes. Um,
I saw a sketch from Alec Baldwin on Saturday Night Live the other day that I'd forgotten about. That was
must be from a long time ago because I don't think even they'll have him anymore.
amazing. Yeah, it was him and Kristen Wiig like carpooling in a car,
Mm.
kind of one-upping each other on their sad lives. Were so funny. He
Should
was
have
like, "Do you
used he
mind?
should have
Do
used
you?"
his real life. It would have worked just as well.
Yeah.
And then they gave me a network talk show, and then I punched someone in the face. And that meant I didn't have the show anymore. And then I shot someone.
But I was found not guilty.
I'm not guilty, but they keep sending me to court. Some reason I sound like Jiminy Glick. The Noah registers. Before he goes up high like this. Yeah. Well, the order's better. I like that
Yeah,
the arrangement of the names: Stallone, Statham, Lee. Well, Lee. I mean, that's
but that was the same.
Lee is a lie. Yeah, but
Yeah, right.
it's all on. Yeah, there's different mistakes actually. I was gonna say they've corrected some of the mistakes and also created new ones. One is
Right.
that Jet Li isn't in the movie.
Hmm.
Um, but as first, second, and third billing goes, I think that's right. That reflects
By
the
name,
movie. Apart from Jet Li,
I was gonna say.
or unless is this in order of appearance?
Mm.
That would work. Yeah, that's the order. Well, we see Willis before. Two
Well, but this
widths.
but this
Huh.
one adds the widths in the end too, which the last poster didn't have.
Two widths. I didn't think that was possible,
Well, when you
right?
have 730 different former action stars, former and current. All right, I'm ready to see the next one.
Was it
What's
this movie where they came up with the also one of
mm,
the movies where they have to have an
isn't that
also?
the third? I want to
I
say
think
that's the
it's
third
this
one.
one.
Really?
Mm.
Huh. Oh, wow, look at that. The vertical names.
You remember this Police Academy sequel, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like Police Academy?
Oh man.
I
Oh, look
mean,
at that. This is the do a funny take
yeah,
photo.
right. Okay, so
Look
obviously
at Kelsey Grammer over to the side.
there's a lot of cons here, right? Pros. I'm gonna start with a pro.
Okay.
It's honest about what it is. This is what it's like watching the movies. This busy,
True.
this
Yeah.
cluttered, this unwieldy.
Yeah.
So you can't look at this poster to see the movie and think that they are two separate entities. That's for sure.
Hmm.
On the other hand, it's just so objectionable to look at. I can't even tell you. It's just it's got all the problems of the first two and a whole host more. I mean, like the idea that so how many names? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. That's about 20 names there. 15 to 20 names. Um, and you're underlining that all the different stars that are in the movie.
Yeah,
You're trying to
I think
turn that into a
17.
you're trying to turn that
17.
into a plus point for the movie.
Yeah, right.
But that's still no excuse for only use for having one row that takes up half your poster. Because look at
Amazing.
all the
Like,
dead space on either side.
look at that. It's so funny.
You could literally, I mean, that you could literally when when you see that you go, oh, you still even with all these names, you still only need to spend a third of your poster
Yeah.
on these names. You don't
And
need
and like what's funny
over half
is
of your poster.
so you have a symmetry problem because the names take up half the poster. But then even the vertical names don't have symmetry because Jet and Lee are so tiny compared to all the other names
Yeah.
that like you
Well, that's
have
why doing it in rows makes it much more sense because you don't see that. You
oh, it's
don't
so
see
funny.
you don't see the varying lengths of names until you put them in one column like that.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking the Colosseum in Rome. I mean, what's the idea
Yeah,
here?
the names themselves actually kind of look like an Oscar. Like,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean? Like that
Or the
shape.
or the body of a beautiful lady. Like there's Bander. It's a head up to Banderas, gently as a neck. You
Right.
get the and then the torso begins at Wesley Snipes, and
Fuck, that's funny.
yeah, and I can't even tell from it's probably the definition here, but I thought looking at it, trying to take it all in at once, which is a bad I just it just is a bad
No, yeah.
idea. You got to go on a line by line basis with this poster. I thought it was dot 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 Mel Gibson dot 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 Harrison Ford dot
Oh
dot
yeah.
dot. I thought they were ellipses, but obviously they're
No,
like a with
it's
and an
another
and.
with and.
Yeah, with and.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, they're not doing themselves any favors in any part of the poster.
No.
Like they
I
all like if you're gonna if you know if this is gonna be your they're all dressed too darkly.
yeah,
You should be
because they
using
bleed
bright
into one another.
yeah, brighter blues. You chose the wrong color of title font.
Yeah. Get fired up is pretty funny. Get fired up.
Meaningless.
Totally.
That would be a better tagline for Backdraft.
Mm-hmm.
The Towering Inferno. Get fired up. And then but not only have they picked the wrong shade of grey, the
Yeah,
top
it's
of it
weird.
is an entirely different shade of grey. Both
Well,
which also
it looks
also wouldn't work on its own.
it looks kind of like the lens of a camera,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
It seriously, it looks like they're all laughing because they're about to fall into a portal of time where they can go back and be young.
It's trying to make a point of, there are so many people in this movie we can barely fit them on the poster
Hmm.
as an incentive to go and see it.
Yeah,
But what it's actually doing is kind of portraying the fact that the movie has too many people in it and has
yeah.
become and is buckling under that
Under the
weight.
weight. Yeah. It kind of does look
And
like
that's why I think
the
you've got to
names
give it
are
credit for being
like
honest.
yeah, it looks like the names are a press on a steak, like on a grill, and they're
Hmm.
the meat, you know?
Yeah. And you know what? I think if you I think if you either or the names and the people, you might just get away with it.
Hmm.
Like if there were no people but just the names on a
Hmm.
blank on a blank poster,
Yeah.
or if you moved you had some dead space, not half a poster's worth, um, and then moved the people up to the middle, and it was just the people and the title and the credits. That could work too.
Hmm.
Because you make your point. They're making the same point twice over, which is
Yeah.
there's a lot of
A
fucking
lot of
people in this
people.
movie. And big names, big stars. And totally the poster should, you got Harrison Ford and Mel Gibson to be in a movie together and to be in this movie in particular.
Right.
You got to make something of it, but they didn't know where to stop making an issue of it here.
Yeah. Now, if we're moving on, I seem to recall a green yellow tint to Expendables.
Again, a lot of different options. This is the
Oh,
one I came
I
up with. I'd say
okay.
that was a big yes.
Yeah, I kind of remember that poster.
Uh,
Look at all the people that like no longer wanted to be in these movies because there's only like
the
seven
weird
people there now.
one of the weirdest one of the weirdest things about I guess this also shows that how much time has elapsed between the third and the fourth film. But like you say, they go with a completely different color scheme, but also they start to incorporate like abstract art into the posters. So a lot of these
Yeah.
posters are just kind of like splashes, like sort of Jackson Pollock splashes of paint. And I'm like, now is not the time to get avant-garde, guys. Especially with the movie you're delivering.
That you made.
Yes. Uh so they've gone for now they're continuing with this s single vertical line of
Yeah.
names, right? So they've doubled down on the worst part of the last poster. Um but now that
However, I like the font better.
well, it's supposed to be graffiti stenciling, isn't it? That's the idea, I
And I
assume.
I also kind of like it looks stamped within the or not stamped, but almost as though the stamp was like
Stencil,
removed.
it's a
Yeah, like a
stencil effect that
stencil.
they're
Yeah,
going for, yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
fine. I don't have any issue with that. And
But like we
weirdly,
we're
you'd think
so removed from the number of people we could get in this movie that we have only one. We don't even have an and. We just have with Garcia.
yeah, they've got the opposite problem here where there's not enough people to put on the poster in the
Right.
movie.
Because we're including Ja and Uwas.
Right.
I assume I'm saying that right.
I mean, this is both offensive and funny, but for ages I kept going past this one because I was like, I want a version of this poster, but I thought this was the foreign language version because of those names in the middle. I was like, it's not how we say their names. But I'm like, no, this movie just has a lot of Thai and Indonesian actors who we're supposed to know,
Yeah.
but racist white people like
And
us don't know.
also like this tagline, that that applies to the last movie.
Yes.
Old Blood meets New Blood. That's the last movie.
Yeah, I'd take Get Fired Up for as a
But
tagline for this movie over the other one.
yeah, but we were too busy getting fired up in the
Because at least then you'd be like, like relight the fire or something like that. Like you
yeah.
kind of almost makes sense.
You
And
know
it
what's
makes
the
more
only
sense than
thing this poster does do right? Statham is in front of Stallone because
well, it kind of
he
has
has
to be.
he has wrestled
Hmm.
front
Control.
billing kind of control from Stallone story wise.
Yeah, if only the film understood that message that the poster
Yeah.
is sending,
Yeah.
that'd be great. But they want you to play along with that idea anyway, doesn't it? Whether it Happens or not, you're supposed to spend most of the movie thinking he's dead.
I think they missed an opportunity to put 50 Cent next to Couture with a word bubble that says, "What's with your ears?"
Also, again, edge problems.
Yeah.
On the far edge to the right, that's Mike. Surely that's Michael Myers.
Wait,
In
what?
the Surely that's Michael Myers from the Halloween films in his Bloomhouse years, next to Dolph Lundgren.
I gotta move this around. Oh. uh,
And these, I mean, these look like um comic strip drawings,
mhm.
or maybe not comic strip, but like uh illustrations of covers of books about mercenaries. I can't be more specific than that. That's exactly what I know. That sounds unwieldy, but that's exactly what it looks like. The
Right.
texture of these images is like if you picked up I don't know, you picked up a paperback of the Wild Geese or something. This is what they'd look like on the cover.
Yeah. Wild geese.
If indeed that was a book, I don't even know if that was a book or not. Before it was a great film. Um, yeah.
All right.
What's
Well,
going on with the and the width? What's going on with the width too? Why is that on its side now?
so funny.
Like they're so committed to this idea of vertical piling that they're like, hey, we don't want anything to mess up the
Yeah.
the, the vertical trajectory of these names. Let's put the width on its side.
And they put Statham on the top. So he's in front of Stallone and on top of Stallone, so to speak.
You think there was ever a possibility that they wrote another ending where he just stayed dead?
No.
You really can't
That,
entertain the
that, that
possibility
was your last hope, wasn't it?
that Stallone still has anything resembling three-dimensional thinking about filmmaking. That's what I don't want to let go of. I don't want to let go of the idea that he wouldn't
It's not
he
going to
that
supplant his ego, though.
it's not going to supplant his ego, but I feel like at some point in his career he would have been canny enough to go, you know what? Maybe it isn't such a bad idea if I die in this movie. Maybe this would give it stakes that it never had before, or it would throw the audience off in a way that no one's expecting.
Hmm.
Like, I feel like there is a Stallone who would think that way, and I just don't like the idea that that person has long is long dead.
Right.
That is the Anakin Skywalker to his now Darth Vader. As if Anakin was any better, but you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
no, he was a piece of shit, too.
Not in the Clone Wars. In the Clone Wars, he's a good guy.
Okay.
He's a good guy who likes killing. It's so fun. I think I remember when we did Revenge of the Sith. I think I
Hmm.
complained about how they never made an issue of uh the reason Anakin has kind of backtracked on going toward the dark side is because he's been fighting a war, and so all his bloodlust is kind of taken care of.
Hmm.
And in Clone Wars, they lean into that a little bit.
Okay.
He's the only one who seems to be enjoying himself, where everyone else goes, it's a shame we went to war. He's like, nah, it's great. No, great. Look, we're getting stuff done. Stuff's happening. This is
I'm
politics.
chopping
It's
off
great.
heads.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I was like, wow, this fucking Saturday morning cartoon has more emotional complexity than Revenge of the Sith. Um, okay.
All right.
Are we ready to rank?
Yeah, like what
Well,
what's
in this context and this context alone, I don't think Expendables is the worst poster.
I don't either.
This is the only time it's ever going to rise above the bottom of any Expendables
List.
base list. Yes. Ain't gonna happen in any other context, but this is not my bottom.
Let me see 3 and 2 again. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I've got
So
my
it's one of
bottom.
these two, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so funny because
Tell me when to stop.
when I first saw 2, I was like, "Oh man, like that's
Yeah.
that's really not good." And then 3 popped up. And I was like, "Okay, 3 is my bottom. Like that is just
Okay.
a a terrible train wreck.
Hmm.
As bad as 2 is.
As bad as two is, and I think two's bad enough to be my bottom.
Is it?
Yeah. Like I
I
say, the cluttered nature of this
Matches the
means
movie for you?
yeah, means I can't hold that against it in the way I should. Like it's not underselling the movie at all.
Yeah,
This is the movie you're about to see, guys. For better or worse. Whereas I mean this makes the movie look so miserable in so many different regards
true. Yeah.
that I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole after seeing this poster.
See, but I think the one thing I like about, I mean, the poster itself, uh, it 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 has better symmetry than the number 3. And as bad as some of the things we've talked about, Dolph Lundgren and
Mm.
Schwarzenegger aside, like I can see who's in the movie without
Ugh,
leaning forward
killing me.
or expanding
Oh
the
man.
canvas of the poster itself. I know who's in the movie. So long as I don't look for reading the words on the top. Because that doesn't that doesn't jive for me because it's white against gray and it looks terrible.
Yeah, I don't I insist upon not having to look behind rocks to see the
Yeah,
names of the people in the movie.
exactly.
That's where I draw the line. It's like put rocks in my line of sight when I'm trying to find out who's in the movie. Oh, you make such good points. I don't know if I
No,
can
I think I thought because
defend my position.
this but the thing is like you're not completely wrong because the poster for number 2 is dour in a way that
I
is
think
just
it's my own personal neurosis about make it like making people think that making people think it's dour and that means it's a better movie
mm,
than it would be like when I see this, like I say, it looks like Police Academy. It looks like a fun
yeah.
romp. And these movies are more to me more fun romps than they are, the sorrow and the pity.
Yeah. Right.
This looks like a fucking Holocaust documentary. Like why like and this is, arguably the most
And
fun of
then
all,
Hitler killed himself.
arguably the most fun of all the movies.
Yeah, totally.
And to sort of cynically try to portray it as a serious war movie, I think is so misleading.
Hmm.
Whereas, look, there's a fun and stupid movie starring lots of people that too many people, but lots of people that I would normally want to go and see when they're in a movie,
Yeah.
and Ronda Rousey and Victor Ortiz and Glenn Powell. It's kind of funny. I mean, almost like when you read down, it's almost like watching the movie. Sylvester Stallone, yes. Jason
Yeah,
Statham, yes.
right, right.
Antonio Banderas, yes. Jet Li, yes. Wesley Snipes, Dolph Lundgren, Kelsey Grammer, Randy Couture, Jerry Crews. Also, who's Kellen Lutz?
Uh, oh, is that maybe uh no, because that's the next one. Never mind. Who's Kellen Lutz? Oh, and that's probably the guy that was fighting in a South American or Mexican kind of jungle that they brought along. The guy who
Oh yeah,
rides the motorcycle and catches
oh
the
yeah.
thing.
Completely forgot he was in the movie.
Yeah, it's got to be that guy.
How? I mean, obviously the widths and the ands are like a different. That is like de facto top billing.
Hmm.
But if you're Robert Darby, I mean, shunted for a boxer. That's I mean, and it's Robert Darby. There's a limit to the amount of sympathy you can have for that man. But
Sure.
still, my sympathy extends far enough that I think he should get higher billing than Victor Ortiz.
Yeah.
But then some people are going to be seeing these movies and they're coming to see him, guaranteed.
That's Johnson, no relation.
Johnson, no relation. That's yeah, License to Kill.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his actual name is. Sanchez, that's it. Yeah, down
sure.
here it's Sanchez's Law. But I always think of him as because he's so much like the Ian Fleming book version of Scaramanga
Hmm.
that I always think of him as Scaramanga, even though the actual cinematic Scaramanga is a well-spoken British man
Yeah, right. I was gonna
on
say
a beach.
on a
Knick-knack
beach.
Tabasco.
All right, so you're going two last, and I'm going three last.
Yeah, it offends. They're both equally terrible, but it offends me more.
Okay.
I think where did it not accidentally dovetail with the movie that it's advertising? This would absolutely be the bottom of my list. But the fact that it tells you something about the movie you're about to see, intentionally or otherwise, make
Yeah.
elevates it for me. That's all.
All right.
So
Now I
two is your second to last.
well, I guess it's between well, if I
Oh
say
yeah,
that
really? You
I'll
you like it? You might like it more than Fubbles, Foibles.
no, I don't think I do. As bad a movie as Forbles is,
Yeah. Well, that's off the table.
uh I think the thing I think this poster does is this poster would make me want to see the movie more. Like I would think
Mm,
I'm getting a better movie than I
yeah,
got.
totally. Yeah.
So in that
It's
way,
got
this poster is a success.
it's got color. Yeah, to me
Yeah.
the big problem with this poster is not the actual poster, it's the cognitive dissonance between this and the movie.
Hmm.
That's the biggest problem we got here because it's kind of stylistically interesting. It's promising some kind of, cross-generational story, which is completely collapses. There's no distinction between. This is the
Hmm.
one movie where there's no distinction between the different generations of the mercenaries.
Yeah.
For this movie alone, it's not an issue. It's
It's not
literally who can
a
we
problem.
get to fill out this team. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether you're old, young, been in an action movie, not been in an action movie, been in an American movie, not been in an American movie. It's all on the table.
Right.
Can be Jeff from accounts if he's willing to work for scale, right? I mean,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, So I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I'm not,
Just
nobody's
wrong.
going to
It's just
say this
wrong.
is, yeah, nobody's going to say this is the best poster I've ever seen.
No, of course not.
But of the choices we're given,
I like that there's color in it too. I think.
and yeah, I was going to say, I was just going to say that this is the only poster aside from, and I think it's a nice flare in that first one, but like
Hmm.
none of these posters decide to use color very well. And
Hmm.
this one is color forward. So I
Yeah.
applaud it.
I mean, and they make the mistake of the vertical column of names.
Yeah. But there's
And try
fewer
and
names,
the,
and they could have probably, I mean, because they put them on the poster,
well, they made them
their
bigger.
names are there, but they could have edited. They could have taken two of these people that we don't know out.
Yeah. Well, we don't know them, but again, we're assuming
Yeah,
that
that's true. That's true.
that's how kind of Western imperialism.
Hmm.
Nonetheless, it is a Western imperialism that Stallone also shares, so he should know better.
Sure.
He should know that people coming to see him are not coming to see Jar or Uwais,
Yeah.
if indeed that's how you say either of those names.
Exactly.
By which I mean I that that it is not how you say them. And again, I think we need more information on Fox.
Hmm.
I don't immediately go Megan on Fox. I mean, I'm
Yeah, I
pretty sure
mean,
James and Edward Fox are dead by this time, but that doesn't mean. Actually, I
Rick
think Edward
Fox,
Fox
Rick
just
Fox
recently
from the
passed away.
Lakers was doing some acting.
Yeah, it could just be the studio.
Yeah.
The studio decided to be in the movie just to mix
Why,
things
why,
up.
why doesn't it? Why isn't Fox at the top, and why doesn't it say presents?
Whenever it has a line, it just goes ba ba da ba ba da ba da
Yeah.
ba da ba da ba 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 ba. Why did we hire a studio to play a character in a movie?
Is there
We
a
were
cartoon Fox in Expendables?
yeah, it's just Robin Hood
Yeah,
from the Disney version of the story.
could make
Hey,
it even better.
yeah, chicken with a loot would would be a great addition to this movie.
All right, well, I think I'm going. So I have Expendables 3 at the bottom of my list, followed by Expendables 2, and then going to Expendables. And by default, I mean, I saw it right at the very beginning. I was like, I think this is going to be the best poster. That means The Expendables is my favorite poster.
Hmm. Yeah, you would before you see the other posters, you don't think of this as being especially minimalist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You look at it and you go, it's a bit busy, it's a bit cluttered. But
But in retrospect,
in retrospect, this
it
poster
has
has its shit together more than the others.
exactly. It just has its shit together.
Yeah. And we didn't talk about the logo. So
Uh-huh.
you also get, I mean, not that this is the none of this will continue to be the logo for any of the other movies,
Nope.
but you think about that too, is that the other posters do three of the four things they do on this poster, and they still seem more cluttered than this poster.
Yeah, right.
So this is even more compact in its delivery of information with more to convey.
And it's funny because the two posters that I have at the top of my list, they're also not fucking around with a lot of credits on the bottom of the poster.
Hmm.
And I think that helps with a poster you know is inherently going to be busy with people and names. It helps if you don't add a bunch of shit at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what what's really strong is when you switch to white
Yeah.
at the bottom, because it's not dead space, but it's a nice breather
Hmm.
from information. It's an information breather.
Overload.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like if you, and I guess it's unfair because this
That
particular,
negative space at the bottom really does counteract the busyness of the top in a way that makes
yeah.
the poster way more aesthetically pleasing.
And I'm sure there's a version of the poster where you have to put the credits on, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't be as clean, but uh, I'm still impressed that they managed to get both the title and the stars in a and pictures of the stars and the logo
Hmm.
in a somewhat coherent fashion.
Yes.
I guess, yeah, again, the drawback is um the Willis is very have you seen this man?
Mhm.
And Steve Austin is very kind of available in Spirit Halloween.
Yes.
But everything, I think everything else is fine.
3 more days to Halloween, Halloween,
Yeah.
Halloween.
This was the one this was the one where I know you didn't turn into worms, but you kind of turned into a
Yeah,
wrestler
right.
inside it. The kid came
Yeah,
out and he was a professional
exactly.
wrestler.
Start growing a goatee.
He would make a very scary Halloween mask, I think.
Mhm.
Just like murderer or something. Just like generic, unlicensed murderer mask.
All right, well, I kind of jumped the gun and revealed second to last and second from top, which then revealed my top. And I think I know your top, but I don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing on the others. I have an idea, but
Oh yeah, three is so I this is my bottom,
yeah.
second bottom,
All right.
third bottom. Gonna stop using the term bottom. Top.
Fourth bottom.
There is a little bit of fourth bottom about this
Sure.
because, there is things that I would not be happy with were I signing off on this copy.
Right.
I put a big fucking circle around Bruce Willis and Steve Austin and asked, what
What
happened
are we
there?
doing?
What happened in these sections of the poster? But there's no doubt that it's the most competent and coherent of them all.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think Expendables gets points for uh knowing what it's doing with color, but in a different way this one does as well.
Hmm.
And I think, black and white is a good choice because you want to suggest the classicism as well.
Yeah, right.
Certainly with this first movie, right? It's they are of a generation that movies weren't in black and white, but
Hmm.
it shows that they're part of the past,
Sure.
or in Bruce Willis's case, part of a police file about a series of child kidnappings.
Uh, Good times.
Yeah, what went? It's yeah. I can't keep digging down on this because I feel like, is there a way to not give a first place
Yeah. Fourth bottom.
for the fun? Because I'm also noticing like the sudden arrival of photographic realism with Statham's face.
Hmm.
Because his face is so much
I noticed that
a
too.
photograph. Like
Yeah.
compare the style of him to the style of
Bruce
Willis at the
Willis.
edge.
It's
And I mean,
amazing.
basically, let's face it, as much as we'd like to pretend otherwise, they have the same face and head. Bruce
Yeah,
Willis, Jason
exactly.
Statham,
Right.
we like to
Yeah.
think of them as different people, but in the in most meaningful senses, they are not different at all.
They're,
Uh,
they are two human walnuts.
it's like the kind of Spider-Verse version of Jason
Yeah,
Statham. Like there's
sure.
a reality in which he's just like a He's like one of those characters from the Aha Take on Me video.
And it's like you can add Steve Stone Cold, and you can add Couture, and you can add
Hmm.
Terry Crews.
You could certainly put their put their heads on their bodies with more aplomb than has been done here. Fourth bottom, fourth bottom. You get the what is fourth place in the Olympics? Is there anything? There's nothing for fourth place, is there?
Off the stand.
You don't get on the stand.
Yeah,
I had a question about. Do you know anything about bodybuilding?
very little. Clearly.
That, by the way, that was not meant to be sarcastic. I could see how it could come across that way, but it is because I watched Pumping Iron for the first time recently, which I'd
Uh-huh.
never seen before, and I couldn't
I've
figure it
never
out.
seen it.
Um, I couldn't figure out how it was a contest. Like there were three people at the end. There were three people on stage, and they were just trying to figure out in what order
Yeah.
they got uh bronze, silver, and gold. And I'm like,
I think mostly it has to do with like there's an overall look, but I know that some of it has to do with symmetry, like how like
oh yeah, oh I
is
got
the
it.
left arm as big as
It's the
the right
person. I
arm? And
understood the point is to be the person who's best at doing this. I
yeah,
understood
right.
that fully. I just didn't like as a competition. Maybe it's like wrestling where it's the illusion of competition that matters,
Oh yeah.
and then essentially it's just a freak show.
It's a freak show with prizes.
Yeah, I think that's what. Okay, that makes sense to me. That they kind of put on this idea of like, and they say, oh, we do most of the judging during the day when the audience is not here, and it's like,
They
I'm
say
like,
that?
well, yeah, they say that. It's like
That's
so by the time
amazing.
because I guess like you say, they're sort of like looking at the the vein to muscle ratio, or I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck they're
Yeah.
looking for. But that takes longer. Like just like you just go, that takes a while. Whereas you just have to do like three poses.
Hmm.
Anyway, it was interesting to me because I didn't know it was a sport. I knew there were these like Mr. Universe and Mr. Uh, Insert Country Here
Right.
contests, but I assume they literally there was like a assembly line of them, and they came and they went like that, and then at the end we just blindly pointed at one of them, and everyone went home and pretended something had happened.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, this is like the Olympics for steroid users,
Hmm.
like an Olympics where you can actually take steroids and it's encouraged by the look of these people. I'm not saying they all do, except I'm saying they absolutely all do.
They sure do.
I think history's proved my point on that one, right? That
Most
they're all
likely, yes,
taking
yes.
massive amount of drugs to inflate their muscles and shrink their penises.
Yeah, it seems hard to believe that any man would do that.
Well, yeah, but
Willingly shrink the penis, I mean.
all to look good going like this.
Yeah.
Actually, not look good, look like you're about to explode.
Look what you look what you think looks good.
But also, like like they all do because they all do the same poses, and when they do this one, it's like they're trembling and red, and I'm like, what's like what's the goal of that? Like, how can you it's sort of like, oh, he looks like he's about to spontaneously combust, he's the winner, or is it like do that but look like you're able to play it off and you still look normal? Like, what do you like? Which end of the scale is good there?
I cannot help you.
No, okay. Well, something else you can't help me on, as well as I can't help myself. It's that time of the episode where we
Because we
remember
haven't
what
decided.
we remember what we're supposed to have done in preparation for this episode, which is fast
I
becoming a
thought the same
segment.
thing about 5 minutes ago. I said, I
That
said to
was
myself,
exactly what I. It's this.
you know
It's
what
this
we
kind of
haven't done?
this looming kind of darkness over your frontal lobe, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like everything's going into
We
night.
didn't make any decisions.
It's like I'm going on screensaver while my brain tries to figure out if we've even had a conversation about what we're gonna do next. Which,
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
uh, well, I mean,
Is this the
I
thing where we just talk it out on air, or do we say
we can,
timeouts?
well, the we've talked about doing this, and I think we know we're gonna do it at some point.
Hmm.
So,
Maybe we're thinking the same thing.
well, should we say it together and see if it's the same thing
Okay, we
after
could do
three?
that.
Okay, three, two, one. Critters.
Critters. What'd you say?
Yay! I said critters.
That's what I said. All right.
The
Oh,
weirdest,
oh,
the
we've been
weirdest,
married too long, sir.
it's the weirdest gender reveal announcement that's ever taken place. Is it a boy or girl? It's a critter. So we have had a well, it started on air when I think the first episode, the first Ghoulies episode we did when we covered it last year. I
You were like,
admitted that
oh, I thought
I
these were
think I thought this was
critters.
critters. So in the back of my mind, I was thinking we'll do critters just to kind of
Yeah,
because
scratch
that's
that
what
itch
well that's what I thought I was that was what I thought I was doing until
until
and
Ghoulies came into our lives.
and it would be a it's a nice sidecar to I don't know actually I don't know which is the motorcycle and which is the sidecar in the metaphor like will they're both part of the same boom of post Gremlins creature
Yeah,
comedy films.
yeah.
Comedy? I don't know. We'll see. That's what's
We'll
great
find
about it.
out.
That's what
Yeah, I don't know.
and again, like apart from the fact that this is what I thought Ghoulies was, I have no preconceptions of this series at all.
Uh-huh.
And everything I hear just makes me more and more excited about tackling it. Like,
No, all right.
one of these is considered an Easter movie.
Hmm. I know Leo's in one, right?
Leo Sayer?
DiCaprio.
We come from very different worlds. I went Leo Sayer. I make me feel like dancing, but I'm dance that way. Um, Leonardo DiCaprio, really?
I think he's in one of them.
Wow. Are we going to be
We'll find out.
pointing
We'll
at? Are
find
we going
out
to
if
be
I'm right.
pointing at the screen when he comes up to recreate his own meme? Yeah. So, and one of them's considered an Easter movie. One of them's called the main course, but I don't think the other ones are named after different
Our
courses of a dinner.
courses of
So,
meals.
yeah. I don't think there's the
There's
critters
not a critters
amuse
amuse
bouche.
bouche.
You did the same joke. We have been married too long. We're basically doing. We're just like this is like a mono track, and we're doing it in stereo. Basically,
Yeah.
is what's going on here. So yeah, I was excited about that. I'd say it's been a while since we've done a horror movie. It's not been that long, but every so
Long
often
enough.
there's so many of them.
We can't always just wait for October.
No, we can't wait for October, and we've got to pepper them in where we can. And this is bespoke enough as a series that
Yeah.
it being horror, I think, is secondary to us knowing we're going to covering it, wanting to cover it, and it being an interesting series to cover. And yeah, it'll be, and we've got ghoulies to ghoulies to bounce off if you'll pardon
Sure.
the phrase. Um, because there's three movies like Ghoulies. There's three sequels.
I think so.
Um,
They're mm,
no, the last one is I checked it out. The last one is
okay.
four.
All right.
There's a TV series.
There might be a. I thought there
I
was
think
like
there's
a
I think
a
one is.
Ghoulies colon. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll find out. I bought them all not too long ago.
Oh, you did? Okay, so that's why you're
Yeah.
so keen to do it.
Yeah. If
Um,
it was like, have every Critters
I
movie
wish you could
for
share all your
$10.
files with me. That would make
I
life
kept
very simple.
thinking the same thing. Like I should be able to send stuff to you.
There is a way of.
Watch this.
I think you should be able to upload them onto a shared server. No?
Well, not in reality. I like the idea though. I just think I should be
What do you
able
mean
to
not in reality? Don't people do that all the time? Isn't that like
oh,
how the internet works?
I don't know.
You can share it to a private server that only I can access.
Hmm.
Um,
You're talking beyond my capabilities, sir.
you say that, but in a previous episode, you were describing how you reconstructed a dead track. So I feel like if you can teach yourself to do that, you can teach yourself to do this too. And I wouldn't have to keep watching these fucking movies on Tubi to save myself some cash. Although, if there's a place to watch Critters, it really is. Tubi will
Check
complement.
Prime. They've been on Prime off and on, I think. So
No, right now they're not. But
lost to the. All right.
yeah, we'll my heart is telling me it's the right time to do Critters. I nearly said Ghoulies then again, as did you a few minutes ago. You referred to them as the Ghoulies.
Did I?
Yeah, you said Ghoulies colon.
Oh shit.
No, I mean that's fair enough. Like I can't. I'm only commenting on that
You
because I see
started
my.
it.
I absolutely absolutely started this. It'll be interesting to compare whether the big question we had both at the beginning and the end of the Ghoulies series, I think, was what is a ghoulie?
Yeah, right.
And I wonder whether we'll be able to ask the question what is a
Yeah.
critter
Critters
after
are
we
fuzzy.
realize that
Pretty
it
sure critters are fuzzy.
the one and only thing I know about the Ghoulies is they are not critters.
Exactly.
But now I have to. Now I don't know if I will find out what a critter is either.
I found that out early on. Oh, Ghoulie is not a critter.
Ghoulie is not a critter. What is it? Well, that's harder to figure out. That's not
A green
clear.
toilet baby with sharp teeth.
They definitely have more of a distinctive look in my mind, which, as we've previously seen, may not be a reliable witness. But in my mind, they have they're fur balls with faces.
Yeah.
Whereas
Red eyes, I want to say.
there's lots. The genre of ghoulies is all over the place visually.
Hmm.
Whereas I think of these as like furry tennis balls with faces and big smiles.
Hmm.
So we'll see. But I'm
All right.
excited.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
It's
and
time.
I don't know if these are A movies, B movies, video. I don't know the video sequels,
Don't
theatrical
know.
releases. It's
Yeah.
really good um to. I like attacking a series from a position of ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun because it
It
doesn't
is,
happen
yeah.
often for me.
It's nice to like the burden of take away the burden of research and you realize like, oh, the more surprised I am, the better the episodes are going to be,
Hmm.
and kind of roll with that. You can't approach every series like that.
Hmm.
Sometimes you need a little bit of behind the scenes to kind of grist the mill. But now because I was so ill informed about Ghoulies,
Yeah.
it actually
So much
really
so you
helped our
thought they were critters.
it really helped our coverage. It really helped to
It
sort
was
of,
fun.
you know, ask. There's a Irish comedian called Tommy Tiernan who has a talk show on Irish television, which I think is like gone viral, and you can find lots of it on YouTube. And he has kind of guests that apply beyond Ireland and the UK, bit like bigger guests, like people who only British or Irish people would know, but also people from around the guests from around the world that you'd see on like the Graham Norton show or
Hmm.
any of the American talk shows. And the concept behind the talk show is like deceptively simple: is he doesn't know who he's going to interview, and so it's impossible for him to do any research.
Hmm.
So the first time he's told who it is, like they announce the guest, and it's like it's such and such, and they come out, and he's just kind of looking at them like, do I know them? What do I if I do know them? What do I know
What
about
do I
them?
know about them?
Where
Yeah.
do where do I start? And that leads to, some fantastic lines of questioning that you would, if you in any other scenario you would never ask as a talk show host. My favorite being asking Michael Palin, have you been uh do you marry often? Isn't that great? And if you haven't looked it up, that's a great question.
Yeah. It would seem like he's thinking of John Cleese.
That, I really I thought he was gonna say no, I'm John Cleese. Yeah. Turns out that he's recently widowed.
Uh,
But
that's,
that led to a whole conversation about, living alone after living with someone for so years, how much
yeah.
contact you want with the outside world, like, how much you want people checking in on you, how much you want them to do it because they want to do it, not because they feel it's an obligation to look in on an elderly person. And
Yeah.
you wouldn't get that because you'd just be like, well, don't mention
I
don't
see
mention
here
these.
you were in The Life of Brian.
Yeah, but that's it. You just be like, oh, his wife just died. Don't mention it. But the fact that he doesn't know that, and that Michael Palin, the nicest person in the world, who'll talk to you about anything.
Sure. That's great.
Um, so sometimes it's great where you think of us as like Tommy Tiernan, but when they make the announcement, it's just a critter, and a critter comes out and sits there.
Yeah, all of that is to say we're doing critters.
But it's like great, like a critter comes out and he just sits there in the chair, and you're like, so
So,
yeah, are you a ghoulie?
that's a common misconception.
I don't even know if critters talk. I was doing that bit in my head, and I went, it's like, what would a
Maybe
critter
critters
say?
don't
Does a
talk.
critter even talk? It wasn't guaranteed in Ghoulies whether they
Ghoulies,
talk.
they start talking by 3 in college, right?
I'm so excited. I'm so glad you didn't go, fuck no. Let's do something proper. I
You
I
say critters, and I say like the airport series, Concorde 77.
don't knock it.
I'm not.
I don't. Is that while we're on the topic? Is there any? Is there? Obviously, 2009. That's a given. 2009 single sequels. You were not happy about going back then, neither was
Yeah.
I. If I temporarily suspended my disbelief that I was fine with it.
Hmm.
Is there any like direction? Can you think of any? No, and this is not like McNulty and The Wire where I'm like, where don't you want to go?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to send you. But is there a series that if I said you would be like, I really don't want to do that. I know mine. It's Amityville.
I was gonna say yours is Amityville.
I'm a little skeptical about Fast and Furious, but I know you really want to do it, so I'll suck it up if I have to.
They ought to make that last movie first.
True. Last movie. What does that mean anymore? We're getting another Conjuring movie. You believe that?
No, they're not Conjuring, Insidious.
No, Conjuring 2. Another Conjuring movie.
Well, one came out already.
Yeah, no, they went, oh, this is our last one. Actually, no, we changed our mind. We're making another one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
They do it all the time. Decisions are made and unmade all the time like that.
No, that's true.
Is there any series or even like a type of apart from like hardcore pornography or snuff movies or something where you would morally object, but you're just like, I can't tell you why, but I really wouldn't want to do that.
Mm, nothing's coming to mind.
That's great for this podcast.
Yeah.
Terrible for you because you have no
Uh,
idea of what's coming.
yeah. Like there's a part of me that wants to attack Amityville like decade by decade, like however many sequels in a decade they did.
I guess we could just do. No, fuck it. Why am I talking myself into this? I've line in the sand. I'm not fucking doing Amityville. See how easy it was to get me back
That
up.
was so much fun to
I was like,
watch.
ooh, I was like, ooh, because then I am I thinking, and then I was thinking, which is the same as saying you're not doing it. It's like we could do two or three a year or something like that. Or at the end of the year, we always do a few Amityvilles.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to consider that as a pilot scheme
Okay.
or a separate podcast.
Yeah,
Maybe,
right.
maybe we just start covering it on Patreon.
Ooh, hoofa.
Would that alienate people? Yes.
I mean, if imagine like 73
I,
months in a
People would be like,
row
I
of
didn't sign up for
two
this.
Amityville movies. That would be so unkind.
It's like that would be a real test of whether you're a hardcore sequel lover or not.
Yeah.
Well, then I mean means apart from Amityville, the possibilities are limitless.
True.
Like if I said to you, 50 Shades,
Oh, yeah. I do those.
really? It's
Sure.
interesting. What don't you like? Like what aren't I mean I know what you don't like, but what are you prepared not to do?
Well, I mean,
50 Shades. That's hard work.
oh, yeah. It won't be easy, but there'll be tits.
Yeah, but the same tits. There's not
Yeah,
a good
fine.
variety of tits, and there's believe me, I've, I've tried to find something to.
Hang a hat on.
I was in a period of my life where I had no choice but to see those movies.
Wait,
Not
have
like
you
now
seen them
where,
all?
oh yeah,
I don't think I've seen them all. I think I saw the first one. I can't remember if I saw the second one. I definitely didn't see the third one.
second ones I remember being like if a child wrote an episode of General Hospital, it would be something like that.
Yeah, totally.
An unskilled attempt at a General Hospital script.
Yeah. All right. Is that it?
That's all, yeah.
We've fulfilled the mandate.
We googled
Posters are
them.
ranked and we know
We
what the hell we're doing next.
Yeah, that turned out better than I was expecting.
Yeah, that came
That
that,
could have
that
been a
came off
much
without
longer
too much
conversation.
of a hitch.
We could have just been going A. Okay, what have we got in A? Let's start Amityville. We're not doing that. Don't know. Is there a series that begins with Z that we could cover?
I don't think there's a lot of Zardozes.
There's only one. There can be only one Zardos. What's the name of that? Zootopia. They might make some more of
Zootopia.
those, but they take a long time to make another one. There's been like 5, 10 years between movies.
There's only one sequel, right?
Only one so far, yeah, and it took them
Yeah,
at least 5 years, maybe even
right.
10, to make it. So,
All right.
martial arts. How do you feel about martial arts?
Sure.
Can't you gotta find your Achilles heel somehow.
Good
Not
luck.
because I want to make you do it, but it's just good to know how far I can push it.
Good luck.
You just
All
want to
right.
see You want to see more movies in your life.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter what they are.
Yeah.
Well, you just bought Critters, so what
What do I?
why would you
Clearly, I have nothing to live for.
and the, and the specialist, yeah, there's definitely a pattern emerging here. Specialist. Oh no, I own it. I own it. Yes.
I don't know if I bought the specialist.
You just rented it?
I
Or
probably
was
bought it.
free? I'd love to be like your tax person. It says here that you bought all the Three Stooges shorts. It's like, yeah, well, there was an offer. Okay, all
No, they
right.
were only $6. What was I supposed to do? Not buy it?
Yeah, yeah, right. I'm a
All
hypocrite.
right. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's all.
You always introduce these. Do you do the outro as well?
Yeah,
Or
I always
do I do
introduce
that?
them and I have no exit strategy.
All
I
right.
have no escape plan. Coming soon to the Everything Sequel podcast. Whenever whenever we realize that we would like to start talking about Stallone again.
Do I make you say goodbye to people? Do you have a line?
No, I can wrap it.
I literally I'm having a I'm having a schism. I don't
No, I
remember what we do.
this is literally the one non-formatted part of everything we do.
Okay.
We have no, like I said, nothing, no exit strategy. This is like the second Iraq War. We turn up,
We
we
say
fuck up
goodbye.
their country, and then we just kind of stand around hoping that they get on with their lives.
All right.
Um, yeah, so follow us on our various social media platforms. That's your Facebook, Show Me the Money.
I'm having a good
That's
time
what you do
watching
when
you
I have to say, Show me the money.
trying getting you to try to remember what all the
Yeah,
all the different things.
Facebook. Well, I post on all of them, so it's easy for me to remember.
Oh, I see.
Facebook, Instagram, X, Blue Sky. Did I
Come
miss
on,
one?
where's your favorite?
YouTube.
Right here,
But you
YouTube.
don't need to know about you don't need to know about YouTube. You're watching us on YouTube if you're hearing this. If you've stayed this long. Speak about having time on your hands. Um, and join our Patreon
Please.
for more great bonus content like this. And
I've seen Tom's computer. You guys need to get him a new one. Send some more money.
yeah, I mean, you send me money through any of the available channels. You can send it direct. Send me it just email us at everything dot sequel
Everything
everything
sequel at
sequel at g dot
gmail.com.
com. Funny how that wasn't taken. And yeah, tell me how I can access your account.
We're on the honor system. Don't worry about it.
So I suppose we can end this episode like
Now?